Coming up in just a minute, Hair Curling Revisited.
Alright everybody, so probably if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that I did a video, I don't even remember now, maybe 2 years ago, a year ago, something like that. It was my very first hair styling video, and it was on hair curling and how to get your hair to look gorgeously beautiful if you have naturally curly hair. Well, I decided that I'm going to do a revisiting of that, because since then I've learned a lot more, because I did that video back when I was just getting used to doing this. I hadn't been doing it for a very long time, so I've learned a lot of techniques, and this video is to give you the benefit of my experience doing it. And as I said in the other video, this really is for people with curly hair, naturally curly hair. I had someone very forcefully say that I was wrong and that you could definitely do it with straight hair. So apparently you can do it with straight hair, but I really don't see it holding, because your hair doesn't have the tendency to go. Because this is done with a cold curling iron. We only use this curling iron for shape. So okay, as you can see, I parted my hair, pulled some of it into the side. That's just to make sure it doesn't get really dried out while I'm doing my hair. So we're going to put a little bit of this stuff in our hair. Not a whole lot, not that much. Maybe about dime size amount. Spread it on your hands like this, and then you're going to put it through. Try to get it at the ends. My tendency, whenever I put something on my hands and I'm going to put in my hair, I want to go like straight here, which is really not the spot that needs it most. You need it most at the ends, and if you have curly hair, right here, because on me at least, the driest spot of my hair is right in this section, right under all the rest of the hair, right in the bottom section. Alright. Okay, once we get that spread through rather nicely, and just take a smaller comb, make sure it's worked all the way through. Evenness is definitely important on this. You don't want globs of the stuff just hanging in the hair, just chilling, So if you don't get it evenly done, some creams, even though it's a cream, it can actually make your hair feel stiff if you don't get it mixed through. I have had that problem. It's really weird. Alright, so then, you noticed I kind of have an obsession with pulling hair off my comb and brush. Yeah, you'll notice me doing that a lot. Alright, now what we're going to do is we're going to separate our hair out right here. Pull up the top section. This is just so you can get it out of the way, because it's really a nuisance. You don't have to do this, but it's a big nuisance. If you try to curl this hair first, then it gets in the way when you're doing the bottom hair, and yeah, that's no fun. So just comb through this again. And this takes about 20 minutes to do all your hair. That's, it sounds really long, but if you do this, you really don't have a lot of other maintenance time. It really turns into being a low maintenance thing. So we just curl our hair up like we're doing just regular curling. And you want a pretty good section of hair. I don't remember in the other video if I said how much hair to take. I found it really depends on how calm you want your hair to be. Now, you don't want huge curls, because that'll look really weird. But the bigger the section, the tamer your hair will end up, it seems. After a point, that doesn't seem to make a huge difference, but there's certainly a point. And now, the reason why I'm having you guys watch me do all this is because this is where it's different from the last one. I don't believe I did this in the other one. I'm pretty sure I started doing this afterward. You see how this isn't really holding the curl because it's so dry up here at the top. For that, we have a spray bottle. you just douse it with water. Comb the water through. Grab another section and do it again. Now, of course, it's not going to make it perfect. Putting the water in it just kind of helps it to hold the curl a little better and look nicer. Nothing is going to make it perfect, though. Some hair, you know, no matter how much water you put in it, how many times you redo it, it's still going to look putrid. It's just the nature of the driest sections of your hair, which in my case is the hair right at the nape of my neck. So you just do what you can. And actually, if you've noticed, I'm trying not to slide the curling iron down all the way like that. I was doing that, and it was causing a ton of breakage. So I had to stop. And now I only do that if I'm trying to smooth something that's really bad. What you want to do is you want to start at the end of your hair and curl from that point up. Try to get it smoothed down some other way. Do not use the curling iron to smooth it because that will damage your hair like you wouldn't believe. Okay, now we have this. This side I section out another time and just twist it out of the way. This one I don't put into a clip because it just kind of gets in the way if you do it this way. And this section tends to be dry too, spot around my ears. So just spray it and start curling. Yeah. From there on, it's pretty straightforward, you know. Just try to get hair that's, you want to make sure that all the hair comes from the same spot too. When your hair is wet, it's very easy to get chunks from all over. Try to get it just in one limited area. Don't get like chunks from the top of your head mixed in with chunks from the bottom of your head. That's why that's why splitting up the hair is a good idea. Sectioning it off should prevent that for the most part. And really, this takes practice. That's the biggest thing. With any hairstyle, it's like that actually. But this especially, if you want it to be perfect, you gotta do it a lot. And you know, I do it every day I shower. I wash my hair every other day, which is another tip for us curly hair people. Don't wash your hair multiple times a day. I think I've said that in the other video, but if I didn't, it's a good thing to say. Wash your hair every other day, because if you wash it every day, it dries it out really fast. So yeah, if you do this every other day, when you wash your hair, you'll get really good at it. You get really fast. It used to take me half an hour to do this. I can get it down to 20 minutes. If I'm really in a hurry, I can even, I think I did it in as little as 15, maybe 10 minutes. I don't know. I don't actually clock it, but I can kind of look at the time and be like, oh, that didn't take so long. Okay, so I'll just finish curling the other side of my head, and then we'll come back and you can see how it resolved. Okay, I'll see you in a minute. Okay, and there we have it. Our last curl. And it looks very, very pretty, very nice. Now what I always do is I just take the comb and kind of smooth it down. Just turn it sideways, you know, don't actually try combing through, because then that'll mess up your curls. But just run it over the top, smooth it down. Maybe take a little, I always end up with a little, because it's the top on this thing, this cream that I use. It's one of the push tops, so a little bit of the stuff ends up on the very top when I close it. So I just use that, put it on my hands, run it over, just to get a little moisture, because you don't need a lot of moisture at the roots, just at the ends really. And if you want to put a little on the top to smooth, that's fine. Okay, so there we have our hair curling. Yes, it was very fun, and I'll see y'all next week. Y'all have a great day, and remember, the perfect hairstyle is little trouble.